Because of you, I have exposed my officers to ridicule and the department to humiliation.
Where's it her?
I lay yesterday's debacle wholly and solely at your door.
I'm sorry, those are the rules.
Well, they're stupid.
I've already bent them in two, having you in here. He is no longer your lawyer. You have no legal right to be present.
I don't have any rights at all in here, do I?
Exactly.
Spot on. I didn't know you spoke Greek.
I don't really. I just taught some Greek kids once.
Well, ask her what's wrong.
Well, this is what's wrong, obviously.
You know why she cannot talk to the police? You know why she ran away?
She ran to hide her head in shame because her husband's sister is a putana.
They can't really pick it up though, because I never saw her doing anything. Hello then everyone and welcome to the video. My name's SerenitySoloREACTS and here we are with Prisoner Cell Block H episode 38. Now, I thought in the last episode someone was going to get hurt when Nolene picked up the hammer. They didn't, the telly did. And Miss DeVere's feelings got hurt. Screw her, but they lost the halfway house because of it, unless Steve can talk around. I don't think he'll be able to. I'm hoping he puts up the money for it because it is a good idea. I want to know what you think about the new intro tune, so if you could tell me that please, I would really appreciate it. I do still add the old tune at the end of the outro if it's too long. I did like the old tune, but I thought since I'm shaking up the channel a bit, add new bits in. Also, the green screen behind me will end up being the intro, where it says prisoner or something like that. Like the picture of the title at the back, so I'll be changing that around too. Maybe even having some clips playing behind me if I reference them. But I want to know what you think of that idea too. Do you like that? But I don't want to keep this going on too long, so I'll just thank everyone who's subscribed or followed to me so far. Thank you ever so much. I really do appreciate it, whether on YouTube or Dailymotion, because Dailymotion is the only place that prisoner fans from Australia can see this. Something has been taken down from Dailymotion. I don't know what it is. I can't find it. So if you come across it, please let me know. I'll have to change out the link in the descriptions or whatever because I've got no idea what it is. So I'll need your help on that if you come across it. To my Patreon members who get exclusive access to shows that can't get on YouTube or Dailymotion, I can't go into them because I keep forgetting what they are. Off the top of my head, I'm 44, I'm getting old. My memory is not as good as it used to be, so it'll be in a box here. It should already be up on the screen. That'll tell you what's already on my channel. And also ad-free and uncensored early access to my YouTube and Dailymotion shows as well. So no blurs, no bleeps or anything like that. It should be up now, showing you the tiers. So please tell me what you think about that as well. I'd love to know. I don't think this channel will get monetized, so I have to advertise my Patreon, basically, because that's the only way I'm going to get money. I don't know if you can get super thanks or anything like that. But this is the reason why, this is like without monetization, but this is the reason why I've started doing premieres now, because I don't want people to think I've just started them up for super chats or anything like that, because I'm not. I'm not going to pester you in the chat from the premieres saying about super chats or things. So I'll leave this till the outro because this has gone on too long. It is you that is bringing the content to me that allows me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots no matter what tier you are. So with that, let's get on with the video.
I'll look after you.
How can you in here?
Is she going to get out?
I'm being released on Monday. That's how.
Sure?
Of course I'm sure.
Oh, if she does, how long for?
How do you like the rest? Never stay out of trouble for long.
Oh, look, Mum, I know what I'm doing. I've been keeping my nose clean, see? Can't wait to get out of this stinking hole and all them smart-ass bitches. Hate the bloody lot of them. Well, they're in for a big shock.
Oh, there you go again.
Look, Mum, I know what I'm doing. They won't catch me this time.
She's going to put C4 in the prison.
You're lonely, you've admitted that. Well, my private life isn't exactly a great social whirl. So what is wrong with two lonely people getting together occasionally and if it leads to other things, well, what's the harm?
I still can't believe he asked for friends with benefits.
Relationship, you know that. Look what happened to Vera.
Look, I'm not saying it's ideal, but it's a start, isn't it?
It's a start.
Say yes.
I don't know.
Friends? Can I come round tonight?
A lot of people don't realize that many of the women here find it very difficult to cope with the outside world once they've been released. And they need a refuge, a kind of hiding place while they learn to readjust to the realities of their new lives. And somewhere they can be sure of finding a helpful hand and a friendly face. In short, a halfway house.
Don't get too hung up on that smile, love. If you hold it too close to your heart, you're going to lose it. Words are going again.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have no intention of boring all of you with yet another speech. I just want to say this. The colour television set here is a symbol, nothing more, of the help that I hope to be able to provide from time to time for the women of Wentworth. It is not an act of charity on my behalf, but a gift to them from a friend.
Like I said in the last episode, profits.
This is monstrous. How could they? And you talk me into helping these creatures. They're nothing more than animals.
Well, please.
Steve, Elvis wanted a word. You were looking straight at you. Someone must have seen a smile. So I'm going to guess Lynn's going to get out very shortly with this episode or the next one.
How bad is it?
Oh, we have a comic here. He's treating it as a joke.
Well, it's better than dramatising it.
Perhaps you don't care that the entire prison service is being held to ridicule?
Oh, no one could say that.
The department already has. They've just been on the phone and they hold me personally responsible.
It was Mrs. DeVere who started the
I'm
whole
going to
thing.
get promoted.
But I invited the press. No, it's my own fault. I forgot the type of woman we're dealing with. I am cancelling all privileges until further notice.
Again.
They'll understand that.
Yes, I think they will.
Does that mean you're stopping work and study release?
It does.
Oh, but Lynn Warner and Karen Travers
They
were
must have known about it, Meg. But they played deaf, dumb, and blind.
No one knew
it's
about it.
It's about time they all learned a lesson.
Well, Travers and Warner
Well,
will be...
stop them. And report back here as soon as you've done that. We are holding a spot check on every cell and dormitory till we find whatever it was they used to smash that TV
She
set.
planted it in bees.
Never seen her so angry.
Yes, she's finally woken up.
So unlike Mrs. Davidson, she's usually so reasonable. There must be something else bugging her.
Look, she's been made a public laughingstock by a bunch of crims. What do you expect her to do? Pat them on the back? Now you go and look in the dormitories and I'll check at the desk.
Run! Run!
You can stop that. Nobody's going anywhere. All privileges have been cancelled.
Why?
Oh, look, don't act dumber than you already are, Warner. Now get back to your cells. Both of you.
That's reverse insubordination, Venus.
Yes, they can.
But it's not fair.
Just walk out.
What did you expect after yesterday? Heads were bound to roll.
Look, we weren't even involved.
No innocent bystanders in this place, Lynn. Come on.
I'd just walk out. Walk out the door.
Thought you'd be in the laundry.
I thought you'd be out in the town.
Oh, privileges cancelled.
Oh, tough. Nice day for it, too. Hey, tell me, what do you do when you get out there?
Oh, go to my lectures, go to the
Okay,
library,
study.
sit on the grass, eat my lunch.
Oh, you're a regular little tearaway, aren't you? Don't you ever nick off and have some fun?
I have fun, just breathing the air outside's fun.
Yeah, but what about the blokes?
Not blokes.
Well, the place must be thick with blokes. Talk, talk, talk. I can hardly get a word in edgewise.
See, I've got to study. If you want company, go to the
Why
laundry.
did you go to the library?
Goddard dame big noting herself all over the place. I'd puke in the dryer.
What's Clara ever done to you?
Oh, they think she's Christmas, that's stupid. But just you wait. She'll come the proverbial, you'll see.
But what's she done?
She got us into strife, didn't she?
Oh, you don't think she smashed the television?
No, she
All I'm saying is
didn't.
it wouldn't have happened if I'd been in charge. Madam Clara. Couldn't run a sewing bee.
Well, do you know who did it?
I've got a pretty good idea.
Clever
I'm
with
not
catering.
stupid.
Where's she
I
getting
know
blamed?
everything that goes on here. Now, take that doctor boyfriend of yours, for instance. Oh,
Not interested?
B, he's not my boyfriend.
Oh, then it's no skin off your nose then, is it?
It's no skin off my nose.
That he's having it off with one of the screws.
How did you find this out?
I'd say my nose was unaffected. Which one?
Oh, no, you didn't want to know.
Not that one.
On your feet. I want you two out of here. Smith, you go to the laundry. Travers, you can study in the recreation room.
Hey, you all right now, Mrs. Jackson?
Thank you.
That was a nasty bump on the head she got, you know. I'm glad the doctor's looking after you all right.
How the hell did B find out?
Not only no colour TV, now we've got no TV at all. And it's not as though we done it either.
It's iniquitous. I mean, why should you all be punished because of one foolish girl? It's so unfair.
You tell him, Tinkerbell.
You know, you'd think that she'd have the common sense to confess.
Oh, yes, she'd be a dead cert to do that.
I hope they cleaned those dryers out after radiators were found.
Oh, don't you think so?
Who, me? Are you talking to me?
I thought you said something.
She's like a girl guide in a brothel. She hasn't got a clue.
Well, you don't need a clue if you've got an education.
I've never claimed that education could take the place of
I'm using that saying from now on.
practical experience. B, you know this prison inside out. Why don't you find who's responsible?
Why should I?
Well, why not? I mean, we're all being punished for something we didn't do.
But you're the big cheese around here. Now, why don't you do it? And while you're at it, you can have a word with the governor and straighten her out as well.
Is she scared she's losing her
Very
top
well,
dog
I
role
will.
to Clara?
Erica is going about this the wrong way.
Hope she does it.
Isn't she marvellous?
They need to put her nose out of joint.
Bloody marvellous.
Where was it? In the shower block.
No.
Stuffed behind one of the toilets. Anyone could have hidden it there.
In that case, the ban on privileges remains.
Well, do you think that's a good idea? I
Yes.
mean, the guilty party may not still be in the prison.
Why do you say that?
Well, anyone who had to stop in here would hardly smash up a TV set. Now, Nolene Burke was released this morning. You
Oh,
know how she
bye,
felt about
Nolene.
everybody.
We don't know it was her. Any one of them could have been responsible for it.
I agree. The ban on privileges remains. That is all.
So the one who's done it has got off scot-free.
Can you spare a tiny moment, please, Erica?
Knock.
What are you doing here? Well, I wouldn't insist. but
Mrs.
it's so
Davidson.
important. Now, please don't think I'm being unduly critical, but was it necessary to ban all privileges? They long for TV, the poor things. They haven't anything else, you see. Are you here as the prisoner's elected representative? Well, yes, I suppose I am, really. Then I suggest you go back and tell them that until they are willing to accept responsibility for one another's actions, they will have to suffer the consequences of those actions.
Tell her that
But
we're
isn't that
Nolene.
being a tiny bit unfair?
Even if you don't know.
Wouldn't it be more positive for you to channel your efforts into finding the guilty party? Are you telling me how to run this prison? Oh, no, I'm just offering suggestions. I promised the girls I would, you see. It appears to me you are undermining my authority. Is hardline authority wise, Erica? Isn't it counterproductive? I mean, you know as well as I do that you can catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. You will stop calling me Erica. You will address me as Governor or Mrs. Davidson.
Ooh.
You will speak only when you are spoken to, and you will not have the impertinence to come to this office without an appointment. Oh, dear. My advice to you is to keep out of my way and not compound the damage you have already done. Damage me? You have abused privileges I have given you. You who should have set an example. Because of you, I have exposed my officers to ridicule and the department to humiliation.
Where's it her?
I lay yesterday's debacle wholly and solely at your door. But it wasn't a debacle until the very end. We were all having a wonderful time, and they were all very enthusiastic about my halfway house project. I mean, you were
Yes.
yourself. You made a marvelous speech to the media. Then I have changed my mind. I see no point in creating a home for women who have no more sense than a common vandal. Oh, one poor demented creature externalizing her miseries. Must I send for a warder, or will you leave this office of your own accord?
Bloody hell. Vera's going to love this new Erica.
I understand, dear. It's a bad time of the month.
Is she a bit old for that?
God, how much longer are they going to keep us here for?
As long as it suits them, I suppose.
Oh, Sid's just been waiting for a chance to sack me.
Would he do that?
Yes, he's done it once already.
But he took you back, and you do your work, don't you?
My work and more.
One thing about a Wentworth girl, she tries harder.
She has to.
Madeline
Why should he
did.
fire you?
Oh, he doesn't like me being there while his son's around. I told you about Jeff.
I thought he was back at uni.
Oh, he is, but he drops in from time to time.
Well, if he's there to supervise you, I don't know what he's worrying about. Now, if you were B...
Poor old B. She certainly didn't last long outside.
I think she enjoyed herself.
Oh, I couldn't bear knowing that I'd never get out. I mean, it's bad enough as it is, having one foot in, one out.
Yeah, sort of like being on another planet. I look at those kids at uni with almost nothing on their minds, and sometimes I'm amazed that we even speak the same language.
Do they ask you out?
Yeah, parties and barbecues. I'm running out of excuses not to go. One boy came up to me the other day and said, are you a nun in civvies or something?
Oh, I know. I see them on the bus coming home, planning where they'll go, what to do. I don't know.
I'd just be happy in the fresh air.
Our time will come.
Like
We're
Kevin
really the
said.
lucky ones.
Warning 407. The dog squad fellow wants us to keep it.
Well, we're getting someone else in. Take Nolene's place.
To contain the area.
But I think Nolene's going to come back.
Oh, is she still there? Yeah. Looks kind of Greek or something. Funny you don't often get them on the game.
Well, we needed another hooker since Madeline's gone, I suppose.
No onions.
I told him. You want to get her out of the cold?
Sure. I always arrest people with a cup of coffee in one hand and a hamburger in the other. Use your head. You got all the bloody onions, didn't you?
I'd be happy.
Irini, what are you doing here? It's not right for a nice Greek girl. Irini, do you hear me? Μην ελληνικά τέσσα. Πες να το μάθει ο Σταύρος.
Can you not speak English?
Και ο αδερφός σου. Τι θα πω στον Αλέκο?
Can we have subtitles?
I think that one spotted us.
Η αστυνομία. Άντε να φύγω με παιδί μου, πουλάκια κάνουνε τα μάτια σου. Θεέ μου, δεν έχεις άδικο.
They can't really pick it up though, because they never saw her doing anything. You know, cops, she's running in high heels. You should easily be able to catch her. The worst hiding spot in the world.
That was silly. What's your name? We know what you've been up to. There's been complaints.
Παράτε με ήσυχη, δεν έκανα τίποτα.
What? Speak English.
Δεν μιλάω αγγλέσικα.
They were like a new player in Dead by Daylight, just hiding out in the open.
No English? Oh, great.
How does she stay in business then?
Oh dear, you're confined to barracks. That's a shame.
Stayed to keep me company, didn't you, Wonk?
I didn't, and don't call me Wonk.
Well, don't get off your bike. I was only joking.
Did the
Why
governor say
wonk?
for how long?
Ooh, the governor now. I wonder whatever happened to Eric.
Maybe they'll let you work in the garden here. I'd give you a hand.
They've done
Yeah, like
nothing about
last
that
time.
damp problem, have they?
That was different. I was all upset about Frankie.
Oh, I can't be bothered, Doreen.
Oh, you don't want to come back and work in the laundry? Tell you what, we'll ask Mrs. Davidson if we can both go and work in the garden.
She's not in the
No.
mood for favours.
I'll ask her.
You'll ask her.
Yeah, I'm game. And you wouldn't feel so locked up out there among the cabbages.
I thought the DeVere woman was going to pay all those expenses.
Originally, that was the idea. But I shouldn't be at all surprised if she changes her mind about that as well.
Is that going to come out the prisoners' wages?
Ourselves.
What will we put it down to? Public relations?
That was the general idea of the exercise.
Pretty expensive exercise.
It certainly was. Are you sure these figures are correct?
Well, the kitchen staff's usually pretty reliable.
We seem to have used an inordinate amount of cream and eggs.
Oh, I thought Mr. Veer were fiddling
Got a
then.
woman running the show. God knows what they pinched.
Well, the rest of it is quite reasonable. What on earth could the women do with all that cream and eggs?
Probably stuffed themselves silly.
Oh, it's not possible, not this amount. Besides, they were supervised the entire time during the operation. Weren't they?
I needed Williams outside.
Oh, really, Vera? You left them alone in the kitchen after what happened last time.
I needed her outside with all those people milling around. Anyway, I don't know why you let Goddard in the kitchen again.
Very well, point taken.
She can't be trusted. None of them can.
I said point taken, Vera.
Mrs. Davidson?
I was going to say they're really getting
What are you
along
doing in here,
now.
Anderson? Get back to the laundry.
I want to speak to Mrs. Davidson.
Then you make an appointment with the duty officer like everyone
How did
else.
she know she was
Get
there?
back to work.
It's all right, Miss Bennett. What is it?
Could, Lynn and me work in the garden, please?
Oh, Miss Bennett, would you check those figures again, please? All the prisoners have been confined to the main building. What makes you think you and Warner should be given special consideration?
Oh, it's not that, Mrs. Davidson. It's just that with everybody working on the inside, well, there aren't enough jobs to go around.
Well, I'm sure Miss Bennett could fix that up for you.
With pleasure.
Oh, but there's millions of things to do out in the garden, and since Lynn went on work release, well, things got real bad out there.
I had no idea you cared so much, Doreen.
Oh, yeah?
Almost
What's
as
she up
much,
to?
it seems, as you care about working in the kitchen. Perhaps you could tell me how you managed to use so much cream and eggs when preparing a few savouries.
Say you dropped it.
Yeah.
The first little mixture
Oh, well,
fell.
we did break a few things, Mrs. Davidson, but we cleaned up the mess. And if we was out in the garden, well, then we couldn't break nothing, could we? Oh, I'm real sorry about that, Mrs. Davidson, and I'm sorry about the tally. We all are. But Lynn and me, we didn't do nothing, honest. I wanted that colour telly more than anything, Mrs. Davidson, and Lynn's so miserable about losing her work release and being all shut up inside, and we'd be real good, promise.
Promise. Who do you think you're kidding, Anderson?
Go back to the laundry, Doreen, and I'll think about it. Maybe tomorrow.
Oh, gee, Mrs. Davidson. Thanks. We'll be real good.
I thought you were going to really soften up there.
Vera, would you please refrain from telling me what I can and cannot do? Now, shall we continue?
Is that the brothel?
Αλέκο, τι ώρα είναι αυτή? Γιατί άργησες? Και μάλιστα απόψε.
Speak English, Tessa.
Yes,
speak
please.
English. If you do not speak English, how will we really learn?
Ειρήνη. She is nothing but trouble to this house.
My sister is not trouble.
Your sister has
Yes.
been arrested by the αστυνομία.
She has papers. We saw to that.
The police thinks she goes with men for money.
Is she illegal?
To δρόμο? Πρόστιχα? No, not Irini. It must be a mistake. A language mistake. Tessa, why did you let this happen?
I could do nothing. Nothing. I ran. You know why I ran.
Tessa, are you crazy? She used to be married to Stavros. Do you know what he's going to do when he finds out? We must go to the police.
No.
We must release her.
Not the police.
But we cannot leave her in jail.
Get Stavros. He is her man.
Where is Stavros?
Get his uncle then. His uncle is a δικηγόρος. Stefanos Mikhail will know what to do.
Yes.
Every time
You
it's,
tell them it's a mistake.
every time
Then
it says
apologize to Irini and let her
Stavros,
come home.
I just thought of Stavros Flatley from X Factor. I don't know why.
This was a really great idea, wasn't it? It's better than being in the laundry like we were yesterday. Ah, look! A worm. Want it down your neck?
Oh, grow up, Doreen.
We could start a worm farm. Only, how would you tell the difference between girl worms and boy worms?
Look, I don't know.
I'd have no idea.
You're not still worried about that old job, are you? I think it's been real good out here, digging all week, you know, and getting sweaty and stuff. Don't you think it's been real good?
Oh, it's not like being on the outside.
I didn't have much fun on the outside.
How do
Well, what do
worms
you
mate?
expect? You were on the run.
You weren't, and you didn't do much good for yourself either.
Yeah, well, next time it'll be different.
I've heard all that before.
Right, inside you two. Paddy wagon's coming through.
It's not me you have to worry about, Mrs. Jackson.
Guessing the Greeks
She's the
here.
one who wants to nick off.
Nina, that's her name. Sorry, not the Greek. I just couldn't remember her name. Well, you know the consequences of prostitution, love. But they've never seen her doing
Stand on
anything.
the line, please.
Oh, she doesn't speak English.
How can I read the girl her rights? She won't understand.
Does anyone here speak Greek?
Oh, I don't think so.
English is good enough for us, it's good enough for her.
She has no idea what I'm saying.
The regulations say her rights must be read to her. There's nothing about reading them in Greek.
She's got to understand them, that's the point.
Irene Zervos. You have been found guilty of prostitution and sentenced to 21 days in prison. Is that correct?
Sign for her and take her to the showers.
I've said it before and I'll say it again, that was very quick trial
Come on.
or court case.
Right, garden party over?
Yeah, we had to come inside because of the paddy wagon.
Yeah, they wouldn't trust us to stay out there while the gates were open.
It's petty. How can they expect cooperation when they treat you like that?
And they didn't used to.
Wisely,
They
not
got
in
it
a
down
uniform.
on all of us now.
Dave, I never used to be that bad. Mind you, she wasn't that good either. But she wasn't Jacobus the way she is now.
Yeah, she's been awful since the barbecue.
Well, you can't really blame her. I mean, she looked like a mug in front of the press and ended up with eagle over her face over that halfway house rubbish.
Yeah, you'd have to be bonkers to think that'd work.
Yeah, now I miss out on my job and Karen can't go to
Yes,
uni.
but how was I to know that someone was going to smash the television set? How did you expect me to know?
We didn't expect you to know anything, Tinkerbell.
Irene Zervos.
And not a word of English.
There's nothing much we can do about that.
It's possible she's too frightened to talk.
Well, it hardly matters. She's only in for
What's that
21
noise?
days.
Oh, can't we at least get her an interpreter? I don't think she understands what's happened. She's not much more than a child.
This child was seen soliciting in broad daylight several times, and once near the local school. The residents complained to the police.
Perhaps someone in here speaks Greek.
Among the prisoners? I doubt it. There certainly aren't any Greek girls in at the moment. In fact, Zervos is something of an exception. There's usually too much family pressure keeping them in line.
Are they going to find one in another
Clara
wing?
might have a word or two, or perhaps Karen. They're better educated
Then
than us.
ask them. Is there anything else?
No, that's all.
God knows what that buzzing was.
The police?
No, Stavros.
He is to be away for 3 weeks. What will we tell him?
Welcome, Stavros. Welcome.
Well, about time, Alex. How are you? And Tessa? Where is Irene?
She's not here.
Where is she?
She's away, Stavro, on holiday.
Alone? Look, I heard she was in trouble. That's why I came back.
Not the best actor.
Well,
Who told you all this? It's all lies.
where is she?
It's true, she is in a bit of trouble, but it's all a mistake. She's a good girl, my little sister.
Look, I wish to
Always.
speak to her, Alex.
You can't. She's in prison.
Prison? Why? What has she done?
He's not even trying to put on a
Nothing.
Greek
It's all
accent.
a mistake. Go and ask your uncle, Stephanos Michael. He'll tell you it's all a mistake.
Well, I hope so, for all our sakes. I went to a lot of expense to bring your sister into this country.
There is no time to talk about money now, Stavros.
Perhaps not. We'll see.
Let me know.
Θα τα ξαναπούμε, Αλέξη. Γεια σου, Τέσσα.
Let me know if you agree about his acting. At least he tried some Greek at the end.
What do we do now?
There is nothing we can do.
You all
Excuse me. You okay?
Piace. Tidelis.
Is she Greek or something? Yes.
How did she know straight away?
Είσαι Elenida?
I wouldn't have known straight away.
Spot on. I didn't know you spoke Greek.
I don't really. I just taught some Greek kids once.
Well, ask her what's wrong.
Well, this is what's wrong, obviously.
Well, what about her parents? Anything?
Hang on. Πού είναι
What's broken
σου?
Είναι όλοι στην Ελλάδα.
They're in Greece.
Oh, she must have someone here.
Someone can speak
Ask
Greek.
her what's wrong.
Oh, give us a break, Lynn. I know about as much Greek as she does English.
Lynn, Karen,
Ειρήνη.
You, Australia? Why?
Ήρθα εδώ να παντρευτώ.
She must have come to get married.
Wow, is she taking the wrong turn?
Why do people do that?
Stavros.
If they can't
Stavros?
That's a man's
speak
name.
the language, they'll speak English
Ο
slower.
Σταύρος είναι πολύ όμορφος και έξυπνος. Θα παντρευτούμε.
So that's Stavros.
Where is Stavros?
Well, it's not there. So she can understand English, she just can't speak it.
Lies, all lies.
Wait,
So
gone.
your little sister innocent, is she? Like a flower. That's not what my uncle tells me.
What did your uncle tell you about Irene?
She was selling her body in the streets to any man, and the police caught her.
I forgive you for what you say, because you are angry. I'll be angry too if it was true, but it's not true. My wife was there. You tell him, Tessa.
The police came. She had no English, so she ran.
See, she's a good actress.
She's guilty.
You speak English? Why did you not tell them? This is Irene. This is my husband's sister. You speak English. Why did you not tell them their mistake?
You know why she cannot talk to the police? You know why she ran away?
She ran to hide her head in shame because her husband's sister is a putana.
What's a patana? Please tell me. I don't want to say it. I'm going to bleep myself out there.
But I'm no fool. When that woman comes out of jail, I will not marry her. Let her go back to Greece.
If anyone understands that word, please let me know what it means. I'm going to guess whore, but I'm not sure.
Oh, a new kid in the school.
Oh, Irene.
Who's your
Irene.
Irene Zervos. This is Lizzie.
Hello, love.
And this is Monica.
Monica.
That's right.
What's wrong with her?
There's nothing wrong with her. She's Greek.
Right?
Oh!
Shut up. Don't talk to me about Greeks. They nearly put me out of business down the beachfront. They have the shop in the corner. Everybody worked in it. Kids, aunties, uncles, grandmother, whole bloody lot of them.
What's wrong with that?
Unfair competition, that's what it was. As long as they could make a cent, they stayed open.
They had to bring racism into it, didn't they?
When you felt like it.
I kept proper trading hours. And what's more, I kept my place clean. Not like those bloody...
Be quiet, Ferguson.
Yes, Ferguson.
Lynn told me you know some Greek.
I taught some Greek children once, but I didn't learn much of the language.
Well, I found these in the library. Of course, you don't have to help, but it would look good on your record.
You don't have to bribe me, Mrs. Jackson.
They come here, they don't bother to learn the language.
I don't
rob
even
you
know if
blind
that's
and shoot
racist.
through. Somebody ought to show them.
I won't warn you again, Ferguson. Now, you take her somewhere less noisy.
Come on.
I'm going to have to look it up. I don't even know how to spell it.
I want a word with you.
I don't want to get taken down for hate speech.
What are you up to?
I'm not doing anything.
Exactly. You're not doing anything.
I'm keeping my nose clean. Now, what's wrong with that?
You used to have a lot of influence around here.
Oh, yeah?
I would have thought with you back and Nolene gone, things would get back to normal.
I don't run the jail, Mrs. Jackson. That's your job.
And there was a time you could have made it a lot easier. But it looks like Ferguson's the one in control.
Oh, me old make money.
That Greek girl, she's a long way from home.
Yeah, well, we all are one way or another, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. So that's the way it is.
I'm going to guess she's going to be
If you want to
deported.
employ a bit of muscle, why don't you ask Lady Muck?
Who?
Madam Clara. Yeah, that's what you should do. Get with the strength like everyone else.
I see.
Your nose is out of joint, isn't it? Is it? Maybe the doc can fix it. And maybe he couldn't. Why not? Fixed you up, didn't he? Don't be insolent.
Now, what have I said?
If I could just see the governor for a few minutes.
I'm sorry.
Ah, hello, Steve.
Hello, Meg.
You know, you're not exactly loved and wanted around here.
Oh, come on, Meg.
What
Be
is
fair.
fault?
My intentions were good.
But the road to hell is
It's
paved
paved
with...
with good intentions, isn't it? How is Mrs. Davidson?
howling for blood.
What, still?
Marion DeVere's preferably, but yours would do.
Oh, is she really that upset?
I've never seen her so furious. You know, she's a very disciplined lady. This isn't like her.
That is odd. I don't suppose a few soothing words
From you? Oh, I'd stay out of her way.
It's that bad, eh?
That bad.
Well, that's awkward. I wanted permission to see Karen.
I can handle that. She's allowed one visitor per week.
Uh-huh. Will I wait in the garden?
Okay, I'll bring her out.
Do they not need visitor orders in this? I thought they did. I thought all prisons needed visitors orders.
Athelfos, brother.
Ναι.
Here in Melbourne.
Melbourne, ναι.
Did he come to the court? Court.
Heavy weather?
Yeah. I'm trying to find the Greek word for court.
Well, why do you want to know?
Well, apparently she has a brother living in Melbourne. I was wondering if he stood by her.
No one else was in court. Sergeant Melhurst said she was alone.
Well, then she can't have had anyone to speak for her.
No.
That mustn't have been much of a trial.
Oh, we don't know that, Karen. Oh, there's a visitor for you, by the way, in the garden.
Oh, I come back.
It's only 21 days, though.
Don't let me catch you in that cell, Ferguson.
Don't worry. I'm not on visiting terms with...
And watch your tongue.
I am really hoping that's not an offensive word.
Hi, Monty. Waiting for somebody.
Yeah, and they just arrived.
Who?
Oh, well, I'm not talking to myself, am I?
Oh, wake up, Doreen.
What do you want?
Well, how would you like to do somebody a favour?
Who?
Our little friend in there.
Maybe I'm not smart enough.
Oh, look, even you're smart enough for this one. Now, what I was thinking... Okay.
Share, please.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, go on, get on with it.
Hi. I wasn't expecting to see you.
Who did you expect?
I don't know, really, just not you.
How's she explaining this to
And I've been looking for you at the
university?
Have you been avoiding me?
I haven't been to uni. The governor's cancelled all privileges.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
But the whole thing would have blown over by
Think
now
she's
if
ill?
it hadn't been for your Mrs. Javert insisting on full media coverage. That's what really upset Mrs. Davidson.
Bringing in the press was the governor's idea.
Oh.
And she is not my Mrs. DeVere. Marianne has removed all the business from the firm. You should hear my senior partner, Charles Baldwin, on the subject. He's talking about breaking up the partnership.
Wouldn't you be better off without him?
So just goodbye, Steve?
Building up a law practice takes an awful lot of time, Karen, and Charles has all the contacts.
But you've got the brains. If you left, you'd take half his clients with you.
Yes, well, if I wanted to start a full-scale war with a very influential man.
But you'd soon find your own clients. In fact, I know someone who could use your help right now.
But Karen, please, no more legal aid cases.
See, people...
Oh, Steve, this Greek girl's just come into the
no.
prison. But her
Have
solicitor isn't even
preferences, might prefer
trying.
him.
He didn't even get her brother to come to the court.
Well, I can't interfere, I'm happy to say. Not with another solicitor's case.
Steve, I'm not asking you to do that.
No, you're asking me for something.
Could you go and see her brother and his wife? Ask them why they haven't been to see her. Steve, she's so isolated, she can't even speak English.
Isn't this more in Jean Vernon's line of work?
But I think you'd get results where
Is she back?
couldn't. And Greek men won't listen to women.
Very sensible of
Oh,
her.
Steve, will you do it?
This really is important to you.
Yes, it is.
My every instinct tells me not to get involved. The same instincts that tell me to run like hell when I first saw your
If Jean's back, oh, the blaming's going to come back.
Okay. But there is a price. You will have that lunch with me.
You know I can't do that.
Of course you can. When you go back to uni. I'll arrive one day with a basket full of chicken and champagne, and we'll go and sit under a tree
I'm
somewhere.
dreading that happening again.
You and I.
Yeah, several thousand other students.
Sorry. Time's up.
Wow, 3 minutes.
It'll be the ruination of me, Karen Travis.
don't really get long, do they?
What are you two doing in here?
Oh, we're just the welcome wagon.
Irene, what is going on?
There we go again.
Yes?
Oh.
Bugger off. I see. They've been teaching you English, have they? Is wrong?
Is very wrong.
I think we'll leave the lessons to Karen in the future. And as for those high spirits, we'll divert them towards scrubbing the corridors.
Oh, have a heart,
Out, Lizzie.
Really?
You too, Doreen.
For that, it's only a joke. That's what money asks us to do,
to
really.
a solicitor.
Solis.
A man of the law. Dikigoros.
Dikigoros?
He will go to your brother.
Όχι.
You mean no?
Δεν θέλω, όχι.
But he helped you.
Όχι, όχι, σε παρακαλώ, όχι.
No idea what that meant. Please don't. Or just don't. Why are they so scared? Oh, in case the police turn up, illegals.
Are you the police?
No, I'm not the police.
No police?
No, I'm a lawyer.
We don't need a lawyer.
Please, I'm not here to talk business, I assure you. Are you Alex Zervas?
Yes, I am Alex Zervas.
Very good. Look, I'm here on behalf of your sister Irene.
My sister sends you?
No, a friend of hers who should know better sends me.
My sister has no friends.
Yes, well, that seems to be the problem, doesn't it? Look, can I come in?
It seems like we're just going to barge his way in anyway.
Mrs. Jackson, can I have a word with you, please?
What is it?
I've been kept in for days now. When are they going to let me out to work?
That's up to the governor.
Look, Miss Vernon's been to see Sid and he's not very happy. In fact, she doesn't think he'll keep my job much longer.
Lynn, there's
Keep
nothing
it
I
off
can
screen,
do.
please.
Well, couldn't you have a word with Mrs. Davidson?
I'll try, but don't be too hopeful.
Look, it's not fair. I've worked hard. I couldn't have tried harder.
I know you did.
Why is Mrs. Davidson taking it out on me? I haven't done anything.
You're not being singled out.
Well, who else has got as much to lose?
Well, Karen, for a start.
Karen can still study. All I can do is wait.
It's not the governor's fault you're where you are.
Yeah, but she's going to see I'm kept in here, isn't she?
Mrs. Davidson is the most tolerant, liberal governor this prison has ever had, and she's come a cropper because of it. I don't blame her for taking a hard line. She's right.
Oh,
to a point.
Is Meg going to end up being like Viva?
Oh, hello, Wonk. Want to have a game?
Oh, don't call me Wonk.
Oh, sorry.
Ah, call her stupid.
Wonk's not stupid. Oh, sorry, it just slipped out.
Look, anybody who'd have a second go at coming back here has got to be stupid.
Well, you came back more than once.
Say that again,
Oh,
Doreen.
take it easy, Monty.
Oh, look, just shut up and deal. You'd have the Greek playing with us next, wouldn't you?
Well, you
Oh,
don't
none
have
of them
to
are top
talk
dog,
proper
that's
to play
why.
poker.
No, that's true. You only have to be able to count.
Oh,
They
No one
can all
voted
do
for
that,
them.
even if they can't speak the language.
don't be so hard on her, Monty. She's only a kid.
I can talk to a pro any way I like.
So it's
And how do you know
Clara,
she's on the game?
unofficial
just
top
shut up
dog.
and play cards.
You're very quiet, Bea.
Me? I'm semi-retired.
Are you going to let them keep putting her down like that?
You can be tired of being the fastest gun in town.
Oh, no.
Oh, Mrs. Jackson, when are we going to get our deli back?
Which one? The one you used to have or the new one you smashed up?
Oh, I wish I could lay my hands on the one
Come on,
who
everybody,
did
back
that.
to your rooms.
Oh, look at the time. They don't even put kids to bed at this hour.
Get a move on.
Oh, Mrs. Jackson's in a hurry to get home tonight, eh? Bet you've got a nice warm bed waiting for you. A nice warm bed and a nice warm doctor.
Hurry up, Ferguson. I've got better things to do than stay here all night.
Is she going to attack Meg out of jealousy?
Especially to little kids. If you give them a good example in life, they'll turn out something.
Great out there. It was more scenery. I go here? Yes. You sleep.
You go here?
No, I go there.
Does door...
Till the morning.
Oh, get out of me way,
Don't be so bloody rude.
Now you stop that, Ferguson, and hurry up.
Mrs. Jackson, wouldn't she be better off with Bea and me?
I'll think about it. Now get back to yourself.
Good night.
I really hope Money's released soon, or chucked back in that void. So many bleeps to do.
Yeah, well, I don't mind. But as long as
sure she doesn't snore or talk in her sleep. Jeez. Can you imagine sharing a cell with someone spouting Greek all night?
You might learn the language. Hey, that's an idea, B. Why don't you take up Greek?
What in the hell for?
So you can get yourself a Greek boyfriend when you get up.
When I get out of here, I'll be past it. I'll have no teeth, my hair will be grey and... Shut up about when I get out of here.
Will she ever get out, though? She committed murder twice. She'd have got a harsher sentence the second time.
It's the law of the jungle, isn't it? Pick off the weakest first.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to be a weakie, you've got to learn to expect that.
Oh, B, you don't mean that. What's wrong with you, B? You're always in there, boots and all, when anyone was having a hard time.
Look, I told you, I've retired. I am minding my own business, and it's a shame you don't do the same.
You're sulking. That's it, isn't it?
I've taken enough from you. Now shut up.
Oh, B, look, it's Clara Goddard, isn't it? She comes in here, fixes things up, cheers people up, and you can't stand it.
I'm warning you.
Oh, come on, B, you're a reasonable woman. What's the matter with you? Can't you see how stupid this is?
Look, Miss University student, what makes you think you can get inside my head? I know what I'm doing. I was Queen Bee around here for years, and I'll be Queen Bee again. I have no intention of giving up that title to a gutless contender like Clara Goddard.
Aha, we haven't retired.
Oh, retired be damned.
So Clara is top dog.
Enough rope.
Yeah, and in the meantime, we get no television.
Really?
We're pushed off to bed at 6:30. Work and study release has been cancelled. We're watched 24 hours a day, but Monica slipped a leaf.
Yeah, look, it only happened with Tinkerbell in charge. And just how long do you think it's going to take before they wake up to her?
I honestly can't believe Clara's top dog.
Here again. You're only allowed one visit per week.
Not if I'm here to see somebody else.
You're not here to see Karen.
Well, it would help if I could see her.
She's had her quota of visitors this week, and you were it.
Well, now, I thought that rule depended on the governor's discretion.
It does.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, I'll settle for Irene Zervos.
I didn't know you were handling her case.
No, I wasn't, Meg, or she wouldn't be in here. No, I've just been to see her people, and I'm reporting back.
Well, Irene's very short on English.
Well, then, I'll need to see Karen to translate.
Oh, I suppose it'll be all right. You better wait in the interview room.
Did they not have proper translators back then? I mean, Karen didn't know that much Greek, she said
this is
herself.
Mr. Wilson. He's here to help you.
So speaking English,
Here
and she can't speak
to
English.
help you. He is a lawyer. Oh, what's Greek for lawyer?
Δικηγόρος. Δεν μου χρειάζεται δικηγόρος. Έχω τον δικό μου. Δεν έχω τίποτα να πω σε αυτόν τον κύριο. Ποιος το πενάρθει. Είπα την αλήθεια στην αστυνομία.
Doesn't seem too keen to see you.
It's a little like watching one of those foreign films without the subtitles.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Tell her it's okay, Karen. I'm not here to hassle her.
Irene, είμαστε φίλοι.
I'm sorry, you'll have to speak English.
That's ridiculous.
Well, those are the rules.
But you brought me here to translate
well,
for
you
her.
have to translate what she says into English.
How am I going to get his message across?
I'm sorry, those are the rules.
Well, they're stupid.
I've already bent them in two, having you in here. He is no longer your lawyer. You have no legal right to be present.
I don't have any rights at all in here, do I?
Exactly.
I think Dr. Miller would disagree with that, Mrs. Jackson.
Let's just get on with it, shall we? Now, we're here because we're trying to help that girl. And believe you me, Meg, she's going to need all the help she can get.
Did you speak to her brother and his wife?
Yes, I did.
Why weren't they at the court?
This is the difficult part. What I'm about to disclose now is classified information.
Meg's there.
Meg, I don't suppose that you...
I cannot leave the room. Now, you know better than to ask.
Can we rely on your discretion?
I am not enjoying this.
Well, I went to see her relations.
What about a fiancé?
Stavros Michaels.
Yes.
Ο Σταύρος.
Stavros, I'm afraid, has turned rather nasty. When he heard what happened, he broke off the engagement. I'm afraid she no longer has a fiancé.
Oh, poor girl.
Also, she came here to get married. And if she doesn't get married...
Deported.
She'll be deported.
Oh, no.
Ο Σταύρος τι έπαθε?
Can't her sister-in-law and brother find a way of keeping her here?
Why was that classified?
Meg, this is where we come to the nitty-gritty.
Oh.
Alex and Tessa Zervos are in more trouble than Irene. They're illegal immigrants.
Oh, that's why they didn't come to the court.
Yes, exactly.
Ο Αλέξης, ο Σταύρος, τι έγινε? Γιατί με κοιτάτε έτσι?
Well, I've got no idea what she said at the end there, but it was good enough to finish on. If you speak Greek, can you please translate for me? Can you put like something in the comments or something? I'll see about trying to caption those bits if anyone speaks Greek. Unless I can somehow do it through a translator on my phone. I might try that actually. We'll see. If I can get captions up, like subtitles, I'll try to put them there. If not, then it's too much hard work and I can't be bothered. No, if not, it means that the thing's not working, so I can't do it. But if anyone can translate those bits, I would be most appreciative. It would really help me out, it would help the audience out. Well, not a bad episode, not up there amongst the best. Nolene stayed out for an episode, they just shipped her off. We didn't even get to say goodbye, not that I'm bothered, but yes, she's gone. I'm going to guess she's going to come back. She won't be able to stay out of trouble, especially now her brother's dead. She's got to provide for the family. So I'm going to give her, what, 3 episodes tops? Sign out. So I honestly don't know what to make of Irene, or whatever her name is, Irene. I can't understand a lot of what she's saying. Like I said, please translate if possible. I would really appreciate it. Stavros was possibly the worst actor in this show. Well, probably on par with the pimp who went to see Marilyn. I wasn't keen on Stavros. The Greek husband, was his name Alexei or something? I can't remember the names. The Greek husband was a goodish actor. He had his moments where he faltered, but he was quite good. The wife, Greek, the female Greek, she was a good actress. I liked her. She managed to, even when she was speaking in Greek, she managed to continue good acting, basically. When they first spoke about Stavros before they came into it, I mentally got an image of Stavros flatly doing the river dance on the X-Files. That's coming to Patreon. On the X Factor, it did make me want to laugh, but I didn't. I held it together. So yes, the ship Nolene off without any word whatsoever. She just left. No good riddance or anything. But as I say, she will be back. She'll be back. She won't be able to stay out. Time has seemed to have slowed down again. Since the barbecue was next Sunday, not this Sunday, that means at least a week's passed. I don't know how much has passed now. I mean, was she shipped straight to court from the police station? Now the thing is, they can't really get around anything for the prostitution. They didn't see her doing it, they just saw her waiting there. They didn't see her actually doing anything, so they can't really get around that. If they didn't have an interpreter in court, she couldn't hear the charges. Well, she couldn't understand the charges anyway when they read her rights. Now she's not getting married, she can get deported. I don't think she wasn't illegal to begin with, was she? She must have been on a visa to get married, to come and get married, a marriage license, or whatever it's called. This was mostly revolved around her. Clara being top dog, I never even realised it. I completely forgot no one voted for B or Money. I thought that meant that would just be top dog in the background, basically. So, Clara being top dog, I never would have pictured this show having a very mild-mannered top dog. At least she won't turn into Money, she won't be fighting everybody and wanting to beat them up or threaten them. It won't last long. B will get her place back. I wondered why she was acting like such a cow, B. But now we know. Vera and Ennika's going to get along marvellously during Ennika's recent, disappointment. I don't know what's going to change her mind. Is Nolene going to get fetched back in and B's going to force her to admit? Maybe? I'm not quite sure. I mean, the person who was guilty is the person who's got away with it. But yes, I enjoyed it. Not up there with one of the better episodes. Stavros really knocked it down. What he stroke a look that someone in the prison knew a little bit of Greek. I don't, like I said during the episode, I don't understand. I do it myself. If someone doesn't understand or they cannot understand the language, you just speak like this. Yeah, like that's going to make it any more understandable. But if you enjoyed it and you haven't subscribed or followed to me so far, could I please beg one? I would really appreciate it. It would really help me out. Australians can only see this on Dailymotion, I'm afraid. Now, unfortunately, with Dailymotion, I've got strict upload limits on there, so I do fall behind, and I do apologise about that. I'm trying my hardest to catch up again. It's just with 15 gigabytes, it's just so hard to do so. I mean, that's what? 6 episodes of a show? That's it. So, if you have already, thank you ever so much. I really do appreciate it. Also, you're helping me out, you're helping the channel out, you're helping my mental health out. You honestly are. And to my Patreon members, we'll get ad-free and uncensored early access shows, so there'll be no bleeps from this episode. I will be checking it up to see if that is a slur. I think it is, but I'll be checking it up. And also exclusive shows as well that can't get on YouTube or Dailymotion. There should be a box on the screen now letting you see what those exclusive shows are. 8 per month right now, going up to 12 per month later this year. So, and then there'll be also 2 extra days for commissions and Patreon choice. So if they pick a show that can get on YouTube or Dailymotion, they'll get a time limited early access till that series ends. It is you that is bringing the content to me that allows me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots no matter what tier you are. Now, I just want to say the reason why I'm doing premieres now, I don't think this channel will get monetized at all. I don't think it will do in the slightest. Reused content, rules, stuff like that. This episode can't get monetized. But I don't know how super chats and memberships fall into it. I don't know if they have to follow the monetization procedures or not, if it's a separate thing. So I'm doing the premieres now because I don't want you to think I start them up for super chats or memberships or anything like that. I mean, yeah, I will appreciate them if they come in, but I want to do them now so you don't think that I'm just trying to force them on you. They're not doing that well at the moment at all. Most of the views come in after the premiere. So I'm hoping that does change. I'm hoping people do come in. Feel free to chat or lurk. I don't really mind whatsoever. But I do thank everyone who does pop in, whether they've only popped in for 5 minutes or they sit through an whole episode. Thank you all so much for that. So with that, I shall sign out now, move on to the next one, and I hope to see you there. Goodbye.